Hey guys, so I just put out a short video saying what we've been doing in the last several months, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a video because we've been busy. We've been working on the bus, got it built, sold a bunch of things that are of our stuff, vehicles, that sort of thing, and had some setbacks. My wife got in a car accident, set us back about a month with her health for that, as well as buying a car. So that was a setback. So we're about a month behind schedule on our travels, so to speak. But here we are. We are traveling. It is September 14th, I guess it is. And we are in New Hampshire. We're actually in a Walmart parking lot. It was our night. We spent the night here last night. This is our view this morning. Which has been pretty nice. Kids are in the bus doing schoolwork right now. And since the last video, I believe nobody saw that it was blue. If you follow us on Instagram, of course you do know that, because I have been keeping up on Instagram. So we're in New Hampshire. We went and drove up Mount Washington yesterday. That was interesting, to say the least. I didn't expect it to be as sketchy as it was. Had my nerves going driving up there. There's no guardrails. It is only 6,288 feet, I think. But it was all no guardrails, skinny road. It was nice weather when we left the base. I think it was 62 degrees and sunny. We got up to the top and it was 40 degrees and the wind was blowing. I don't know the speed, but it was a lot. I'll post a video later of we did take a short little 20-second video of it at the summit. It was crazy. It was fun. That was the highlight of the boys' day yesterday. Actually, I think it was the highlight of all of us. It was really cool. Not what you expected. In fact, there's a picture. That's Mount Washington there. It's either that one or that one over there, but it's one of those two. Anyways, it was fun. So a little bit of backstory of where we've been, how long we've been on the road. We've actually only been on the road for, we left Gable's September, it was Friday, September 4th, I think, 3rd, September 3rd, something like that. We headed out from there. We went to Ohio, was the first stop. We went to the national park there, spent a couple days there. That was kind of neat. First national park on our stop, so that was kind of cool. Spent a couple days there. Then we headed into Pennsylvania. We were told of the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, which is over by Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. So we headed that direction. I believe that was on Labor Day. It was actually. We headed out there Labor Day. We actually broke down in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. We had a wheel bearing go out on the tag axle on the passenger side. So we pulled into a Lowe's parking lot on Labor Day, and took me about an hour and a half to get it apart to figure out how bad it was. Both bearings were shot, so I had to tore it all apart. Of course, I didn't have the tools to get a tire off. I never did buy an impact, never did buy sockets to get the tires off, because I figured, well, if I have a tire issue, I'll call a wrecker, have them come do a tire service. Well, I didn't expect to have a wheel bearing issue. I didn't think about that. So I did have to take the whole hub, tire assembly, and everything off, which was a challenge, but I did get it out. Found out both bearings were shot. Started looking around, could not get any parts, being that it was Labor Day. So that next day, Tuesday, spent me most of the day driving around and calling all the parts locations there in Clearfield finally got the parts from all places, a bus transit place that have MCI buses and operate them to this day. And of course they have newer stuff, but they did have some old stock. So I got the parts. Took me about another hour and a half to put it back together on that Tuesday. Got it all back together. Drove over to Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Spent 2 nights there at a boat ramp. We kind of went up into what they call the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, and that was fun. I got to see some sights. So we did that for a couple days. A little low key there. Trying to get the boys doing schoolwork has been a challenge. We've struggled with that from day one, but we're getting better. From there, we end up going up to a cute little town north of Lock Haven on the other side of what they call the Grand Canyon, and that was Wellsboro. We went to Wellsboro. Cute little town. They have actual gas lanterns on their city streets. All their street lights are gas lanterns. Thought that was really cool. The actual Coleman lantern that you would have in your Coleman lantern, the filaments, they actually had 5 or 6 of those in each of those. That was kind of cool. Spent the night there. Did a little bit of just sightseeing. It was a cute little town is all. From there we went up to Buffalo, New York, and we knocked off the last Great Lakes that the boys had never been to, which was Ontario. They didn't quite get the fun out of it as Mom and Dad did, but they have seen all the Great Lakes now, and of course their favorite is Lake Superior, which is mine. It's cold, it's clear, it's just awesome. So we've done that. We took them to Niagara Falls. They were expecting, they've seen falls in Michigan, so they were expecting it to be, I don't know, just not as cool as we were leading on to believe. Of course, when we got there, they were in awe. So we stuck around there till the evening time and got to see the falls all lit up with LEDs. And it was just interesting. They really liked it. So from then, we took off, headed back across New York State. We drove most of that next day. I can't remember what day it was now, but we drove most of that next day. And we ended up getting to a little town called Bennington, Vermont. We drove up from some sketchy 2-lane road up the mountains in the dark. Finally made it up to a Walmart there, Bennington. Slept there for the night. Just did a little bit of sightseeing around there the next morning. They had a really cool monument. The Battle of Bennington was in the Civil War. It was really cool. And from there we hopped on that skinny 2-lane and drove up made it all the way up to Mount Washington is where we're headed, but we end up it was late that night, so we end up going past it because we couldn't find a spot to sleep. So we end up over in Bethel, Maine, which was just barely inside of Maine, and we ended up sleeping at a conservation, I think it was like a conservation club there. The next morning they came up to us and said that we couldn't be there because it was actually public or private property, and they don't specify that you can't sleep there, but we were just too big for their area, and they're working on not allowing people to stay there. So that was kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So we took off from there yesterday, drove over to the base of Mount Washington. They had a nice big parking lot there. We stopped there. Kids did some schooling on the way over. We didn't have any service there at the base of the mountain, so basically when we got there, they were done doing schoolwork, and we drove up the top of the mountain. So today, again, they're doing schoolwork right now. We're almost finished up with that, I think. Donna had some work stuff she was working on this morning as well, so that's almost done. And then we're heading on over. We're going to take the Suburban over. We're going to go park it on the other side. So it's going to be the west side of Mount Washington. And we're going to hike, I don't know, 3-4 hours until we basically run out of time and turn around and come back. Probably going to sleep here at the Walmart again tonight, and once we wake up in the morning again, we'll probably do some school, and then we'll head on east to Maine. Hopefully get over to I don't know if we'll go to Bar Harbor tomorrow or not, but we'll at least try to get over close to Arcadia National Park. So that's us. That's where we've been. I know it's a lot, and I didn't post anything prior to now. It's just we've been busy trying to get everything done. I'll give you a total view of the bus here as it sits. We got some lettering done, some vinyl work from Nomad Thad. He's on Instagram. You can find him there. We got this nice compass right on the front. Of course, don't mind the bugs. We came across Vermont and through a bug storm. It was ridiculous. We got the Gable bus on the side. So when we're getting past, which is a lot when we're trying to pull the mountains here. One thing I don't think you guys did see is I don't have it out, but we've got an outside shower here. Hooks up right there. Curtain rod goes in there, and then of course the actual shower head goes there. And we've got some command stuff inside the storage there, and that's to hold our soaps and whatnot. Kind of cool. Haven't used it yet because we haven't actually camped anywhere where we've been secluded where we can. Of course, we've got Gable bus on the back. Everyone can see that hopefully when they're passing us as well, or semis. We've got our map, which is not updated yet. You have a couple more stickers to put on there. We can check off Vermont, New Hampshire, and actually Maine. We'll finish up the northeast corner here in the next week, and then start working our way south. I am planning on doing a triathlon in Macon, Georgia, so I've got my bike set up on the back. I had to make an extra bike rack for that. Of course, our tote is filthy, like always. Kayaks are doing good. They haven't moved. We also got some lettering on the Suburban. So again, when people are passing us, if they didn't see the other ones, or see this one, or that one, or the one on the side, hopefully they can see them. And of course, we got all our bikes. So, all right, we're gonna be done with this for now. No editing here, just straight up putting it out there. It's a lot to try to keep up with, and this is a good enough video. So I'm gonna try to get interior video done soon. Of course, the interior is done. It's dirty, it's lived in now, but it is done. So we'll get that up shortly. Next couple of days, maybe a week, we'll try to get that video done. We have time to actually clean it up and sit down and relax, because we've been kind of going nonstop. I think we officially have logged 1,400 miles, maybe a little more. A couple days ago it was 1,260, but we haven't actually gone very far since then, but I haven't actually looked either. So we're somewhere around 1,400 miles. So far so good. We're getting 5.5 miles a gallon. I expected 5, so we're doing a little bit better than that. Even pulling the hills and mountains and stuff, it hasn't changed. Went from 5.5 to 5.45. Not much change. I'm okay with that. We now have about 3,000 miles on the rebuild. That seems to be doing pretty good. Knock on wood. That's about it for now. All right, take care, guys. We'll see you later.